It's time to talk about Bitcoin and some altcoins and maybe Joe Biden and maybe a Mexican alien. All that and so much more on this absolutely lit episode of Around the Blockchain. Are they bumping jams on there? Oh, yo, what's up? It's time for Around the Blockchain. Go ahead and smash that like button on your way in. That is the toll to get this crypto alpha. I appreciate all of you. Yes, that's right. It's the Linqto. It's me. I'm hosting Around the Blockchain. DZ is doing some wedding stuff, okay? So look, here at Hit Network, I'm the designated hitter. I come in and I crush it and I hit homers all the time. And part of that has to do with who I am teamed up with. And I have got an absolutely S-tier team of people here on Around the Blockchain tonight. We've got in the green corner, Gareth Soloway, brand new to trading. He just started his channel, fresh out of the wrapper. Gareth, how are you doing tonight?
Wonderfully well, Nick. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And in the blue corner, friend of everyone, especially the Perma Bulls, Crypto Savvy. How are you?
I'm good. Good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for being on.
Show.
Yes. And then we've got in the red corner, Rodney from the internet. How are you?
I'm doing well, brother. I came here to talk about the aliens and Joe Biden.
We are. Are they one and the same? I don't know. Wait, which Biden clone are we on right now? Fettucine,
Allegedly,
tell me.
I don't know.
Fettucine, tell me, what Biden clone are we on today?
What's up, guys? Thank you guys for the invite. I'm looking forward to the chat.
Yeah, we're gonna chop it up. Just in case you're brand new here, what we do is we deliver points for people who have the best takes on these topics that I have printed out on dead trees right here. If you like what they're saying, I will give them a point. Whoever has the most points gets to do their send-off, pump themselves on social media, do whatever it takes, because they've earned it, because they've given you the alpha. So shout out to the chat pre-direct. Double H Hannah Hughes in the chat, Gazango, Operator, Fibonacci, Crypto Rob, Mike Vollmer, Redman, Dave Digital, you got a wrench, you son of a... Mike Vollmer, Doug Manzo, Bro Tip. Awesome folks here. So let's get into it right now. We're going to talk about some Bitcoin on Coinbase being transacted over the Lightning Network. Don't call it a layer 2. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong posted on X today, Bitcoin is the most important crypto asset, while confirming Coinbase's decision to integrate Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. I've actually got the story pulled up here on the block. The Lightning Network is a layer 2 solution of payment channels built on top of Bitcoin and is designed to enable fast and low-cost transactions. Armstrong stated it will take some time to integrate the layer 2 network. Real quick, I want to point out that he was kind of chopping it up with Jack Dorsey. Where was it? I was just reading it. He said, Jack Dorsey was like, why do you continue to ignore Bitcoin and Lightning? This is how conversations go on Twitter, by the way. You just kind of like make an accusation and people have to respond. And then Brian Armstrong's like, we're not fading it. We're a huge company. It takes a long time to do it. Jack Mallers can't even do it. And he said he was going to do it back in 2020. According to the Block's data dashboard, Lightning adoption has grown over the past year with current total capacity of nearly 5,000 Bitcoin. Holy crap, that's not that much. Still down from 12.5% from its peak of 5,640 Bitcoin in July. Okay, let's get the question that everyone wants to get answered out of the way first with Gareth Soloway. Will this pump my Bitcoin bags?
So I would say maybe a tiny bit, just because a little oversold type of action is going on. But I will say this. Let's go to the charts here. Let me show you guys what I got going on here. So essentially, we've broken this upsloping trend line to the downside. We did hold higher lows. Now, again, just a couple days ago, we saw a little bit of a dip there, and then we rebounded quickly. That was the first time I've seen a down move rebounded. If you look past, we had the grayscale pump that lost its luster in 2 days. The Ripple move lost it in 1 day. All of that unbelievably bear action. Short term, a small positive in price action because, again, we were able to reverse the down move very, very quickly. But I will say this, is that ultimately, I don't believe that the bear market is over. I think that eventually we make a lower low And I think, again, it's not Bitcoin itself that struggles. I think Bitcoin is amazing longer term. But when you look at the NASDAQ, when you look at the S&P, when you look at the economy and the CPI, it all screams a recession with higher inflation that makes the Fed harder to cut rates down the line and print money. And that is a good scenario for Bitcoin. So ultimately, short-term rallies happen. It's just the nature of charts, but just be aware that it's probably going to lead to a move down first.
Okay, so excellent as always, Gareth. Someone says Nick is looking rough in the chat. I have an infant at home, and she wakes up 3 times a night. So yeah, I probably look pretty rough. I appreciate the concern in the chat as always. So we were Gareth, you're talking about lower lows, and I'm sure Savvy that got your engine going. But before we get to lower lows for Bitcoin, I want to know, what are your thoughts on Lightning Network as a whole, and is it the W for Bitcoin that all the maxis say it is?
I mean, long term, probably yes. But there's 5,400 Bitcoin on Lightning, so it wouldn't handle a whole lot right now. But eventually, I mean, once more people get more nodes and stuff, maybe it'll come along. But I don't think it's gonna moonshot Bitcoin.
Yeah. So do you think like Coinbase? So they're going to be adding Bitcoin probably to their Lightning Network node in order to handle more capacity. Is that going to like pump up the price, or do they know what is necessary to keep the price where it's at, which is what they want in a buying zone?
I mean, of course they're going to want it to pump in a buy zone, but I do believe if they get a little pump out of this, I don't believe it's going to last very long. I'm kind of like what Gareth said. I rely on the charts, not really so much what's going on, because I do believe the news is pretty much baked in the charts. So, and I also think we're going to see a new low, probably between 35 and 9,700 is what I'm looking for. I actually been talking about this since December of 21.
Gotcha. So just for everyone to have some context, do you think that's going to be like a scam wick down, or is that going to be something where we like go there, we're there for a week, and then it like skyrockets back up, or going to be a long slog back up?
I think it's going to be a long slug back up. I think pretty much all the markets are in trouble here. I believe it's, call it a reset, call it whatever you want, but I believe it's going to be pretty huge and pretty drastic for the markets. That's not doom and gloom. Huge opportunities, getting in at the right time. But I do think it's going to be a long, drawn out. I'm going to say this, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, but I do not believe we're going to see a new all-time high this 4-year cycle. I do think we'll see a new all-time high. I just don't think it's going to be in the 4-year cycle if this market is heading the way I think it is.
Yeah.
All markets.
Yeah. I would love to hear more about that. I think there's a lot of validity to that argument, and people need to hear more opposing views in the crypto space. Right. But we'll talk about that later. Do want to get to Rodney. So Rodney, is Coinbase a friend of crypto? Can they be trusted? Do you think this is just another grab for them to secure some Bitcoin before BlackRock scoops up all the rest?
Yeah, that's interesting because, one of the talking points is Coinbase and Brian Armstrong, are they here for crypto, or are they here to make money? But I think that, as a businessman who creates a great product, you should be okay to make money off of a service you're providing to people. So I never think of, savvy businessmen who create a great project as evil and making money. It's like, well, yeah, that's the way our society runs. We reward people for making great products, So I think it's both. I think that Coinbase is here for crypto. I think that they believe in the technology. And I think that being a publicly traded company, unlike some other cryptocurrency exchanges, is just difficult for them to operate as a business. They're trying to do everything right, and still they have issues with the SEC. So I do think that Coinbase is a friend of crypto and also a business looking to make money.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Brian Armstrong is one of those like techno elite who likes the idea of crypto, but I don't think you would call him a cypherpunk on any day of the week.
No, yeah.
Not really. So, Fettucine, your main bag is NFTs, and just familiarize us with like kind of what you do in the space. But like, Coinbase was all about NFTs just a little bit ago, and now they've kind of like shrunken away. Are NFTs dead? Just tell us straight up. Are they dead?
I don't think so. I think as an underlying technology that they're here to stay, of course, just as proof of receipt or certificates of authenticity. I think that the core projects that deserve to be around. I mean, obviously, I'm glad that this bear market has shaken out the bad actors and the people that were there just for money or not for this space to develop and to continue growing. So I don't think that they're dead. That just the correct ones are the ones that are going to come back really strong. And just to talk really quickly about this, about the Lightning Network, I think that the biggest thing that's holding it back right now is that people see Bitcoin as a store of value. And if they're treating it as digital gold, why would they why would they buy coffee with Bitcoin when they think that it's trending upwards? And so it's really about changing the public perception of Bitcoin into something that's worth transacting instead of something that's worth saving for Lightning to be viable, in my view.
Yeah, there's like two camps when it comes to Bitcoin. There's like Sailorism and then there's Maulerism. And I'm more of on the Sailorism side. Like it's a store of value and it just should remain so. Okay, actually, real quick, Fettucine had a fantastic little update here on the Mexican alien. This is the type of quality content that you get from this thing. Wouldn't stand a chance in an alien invasion. Yeah, I mean, unless this thing was like covered in acid and had lasers coming out of its very small eyes. Yeah, I'm not threatened. Okay, I'm not threatened at all. Fettucine, appreciate the fantastic memes that you've got. Speaking of fantastic memes and just fantastic content all around, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, follow all of these crypto experts. And also want to do a shout out to our sponsor, Linqto. Today's episode of Run Blockchain brought to you by Linqto. You can invest like a rich guy, and that's kind of cool. So you can do all this cool private investment, all these pre-IPOs. You can get in on some of that Ripple action with Linqto. Link in the description to Linqto. They're kind of cool. I'm actually going to open up an account and get some of that cheesy stonk money. Boom. First sheet of dead trees done. Let's move on. Talk about my most hated topic. What Caleb Franzen can't stop tweeting about. Bitcoin and inflation. My God, am I so sick of inflation right now? Who gives a crap about inflation? Because all I can say is it cost me $65 to go to frickin' Five Guys, and that is not American. According to the BLS, the CPI rose 3.7% year over year through August. Great. The index rose 0.6% in August on a month-to-month basis after a 0.2% bump in both July and June. Blah, 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 blah. The Fed has stiffened monetary policy. Well, guess what? Bitcoin and Ethereum didn't give an F about inflation, whereas just like 8 months ago, it was like you would literally trade on the statements from Jerome Powell and the BLS. Now, no one gives a crap because they're too busy getting their $18 burritos delivered with a $65 delivery charge from Grubhub to their $15,000 a month luxury apartment in San Francisco that they cannot afford. So, okay, there's just so much built in here. So how do we chop this up? Like, I'm so pissed about CPI, okay? I could go off on it. Like, we could literally do a whole hour-long show about CPI and Bitcoin. Craig, if you could pull your mic just a little bit closer, we're getting some feedback. Okay. I'll go back to you, Gareth. I mean, Gareth, you could, again, talk about this for an hour. Do you believe CPI numbers, and why did Bitcoin react the way it did not? You're on mute.
Sorry about that. So yes, I do believe the CPI numbers. I think that in general, we can all tell by looking at energy prices that CPI was going to be a little hotter than expected. I think the key here is to understand that CPI being hotter means rates are going to remain higher for longer, which ultimately means less liquidity in the system. Less money in the system means if you go on the risk curve, and Bitcoin and crypto is the riskiest assets between stocks, commodities, and so on, that means that there's less money for Bitcoin and the rest of them. So really, in a weird way, inflation remaining higher for longer is a negative for Bitcoin. And I think that's, again, why we're seeing Bitcoin pulling back from 32,000 from where it was to where it is, and why it's probably going lower. There's less money out there to be put into Bitcoin and for the rest of the crypto market. So I think, again, people just have to recognize that it's not so much about this day-to-day action. It's more, what is the longer-term goal of the Fed here? How are they going to get this under control? And it means tighter monetary policy for longer, which is not Bitcoin and crypto's friend.
Yeah. And so for you, what's the canary in the coal mine for when the tide is going to change? Is there like a little signal that you're looking for that, like, oh, maybe there's liquidity coming back, maybe money's coming back in?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to at some point the economy turning lower and turning lower sharply. And I think we're
Mm.
on that verge probably in the next 6 months. And there will be a give and take point, right? I mean, right now, the Fed says they want 2% inflation, but there's going to be a moving target here because if you get the economy to go in a sharp recession and the stock market, let's say, drops 25%, you can't tell me the Fed's going to be hard-nosed and not lower rates just a little bit. They will give due to political pressure, due to just pressure in general. And I think that's the beginning of the Bitcoin next bull run. I agree with Crypto Savvy that its chances are we may not see a new all-time high for a long, long time to come. And ultimately, we could go down to that 10,000 marker, mainly because I think risk assets just could tumble tremendously in the next 6 months with potential stagflation.
Yeah. So, Savvy, I'm going to come to you in a minute, but right now I want to go to Fettucine. So the lack of liquidity, the lack of money, is this proving out to weed out the bad actors in NFTs? And how much has this had an effect on the overall NFT market?
I mean, I think across the board, people are just struggling. I mean, you see credit card debt at an all-time high, unemployment, it's insolvency across the board. It's really a scary market out there, just anywhere. And then in the NFT world, it's kind of like a 100x leverage on the crypto market as it is. So absolutely, it's hurt the market, and I think that we're gonna see this shakeout for a lot longer until we see it start to rebound. But like I said earlier, I do think that it is ultimately a positive because the people that care about the technology and the people that are continuing to build in this space are the ones who do it regardless of the price. Of course, you're going to have some people who ultimately fail, but that's just part of the business landscape. And I think that the people with the true ideas and the people with the true intentions are the ones who are going to stick around and are still getting foundational support from a lot of these cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just a crazy time to be involved in any space. Like, it's either you're building and you've got your head down, or you're like being torn apart by a community that you've double crossed. It seems like there's like those are the two options right now. Rodney, oh no, wait, so I said I was going to go to Savvy. Okay, here we go. First of all, why is it good to be what? I got a question. I promise you're going to love this. Okay.
All right.
People get mad when you're bearish. Okay, they get mad when you are bearish and when other people are bearish because they see money go down. Why do you like being a bear? Only do that in like 90 seconds. And then the follow-up question is, where do you think and at what time is going to be the item that pulls the plug? What's the pin that's going to pop this balloon for the economy that's really going to draw us down like a 2008?
Oh, I don't even know what to answer first, but the bear thing. So I don't necessarily like being a bear, right? It's what I see in the charts. I literally go by what I see in my analysis and I stick to it. I'm not going to act like something else to appease an audience or whatever. I'm just going to state what I see. And that's not to say, I'm Nostradamus and I can see the future, but what I'm seeing in the charts, what I have been seeing, it's still nothing but bearish in all markets. It's not just Bitcoin. That's, for anyone to think that the traditional markets can take a huge downturn and Bitcoin not, that's not how it works. So, but the CPI real quick, I don't much care for the CPI numbers. I don't know who actually comes up with them and how and where these throw. I think they cook them up just like companies cook their books, right? So I do believe a good way to test CPI is 5 years ago, you could leave your house with 20, 30 bucks, come home. You could have used that money for gas, lunch, whatever. Now you have to leave your house with 100 bucks. I mean, your own test on inflation that way. So
gotcha.
Yeah, but that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. So Rodney, I want to come to you because you're kind of like a meme coin dude. You're like kind of like an altcoin degen. Do you think that are you looking at this as an opportunity for a cleansing in meme coins? Do you think meme coins are completely dead? And is there a silver lining for altcoins during this crushing lack of liquidity?
Well, what I want to go back to what Gareth mentioned, because he made a really good point about crypto just being a risky investment, right? It's a risky asset. And the truth is, retail drives the cryptocurrency market. And we saw the crypto craze, during the peak bull run of 2021. And a few months ago, we had an insane meme coin pump in the overall cryptocurrency market. But what I noticed is that the overall cryptocurrency market cap never increased. It was all recycled money from current meme coins or other altcoins. So that money's being recycled right now. So until we can get more retail into cryptocurrency, there's no way we can have all-time highs and stuff like that. And when times are bad economically, people just don't have the money to spend on meme coins. What was your other questions?
Oh, is this going to be an opportunity? Is there a silver lining for those degen altcoins, or do you think we're just like stay away right now? We still haven't hit the bottom. We don't know what's going to ever recover.
So the truth is about meme coins is that it's the degenerate roulette crypto casino of the DeFi space. And literally, you're gambling. That's what meme coins are. They're with the exception of a few, but the vast majority of meme coins are gambling. So if you're gonna invest into random SHIT coins, you got to make sure you're prepared to lose your money. So here's the thing: there are a bunch of small cap products out there that may have good intentions. It's hard to tell who has good intentions these days, even with top cryptocurrency projects that could be good investments, like SHIB was, where you can invest in them and make a ton of money during the next bull run. But it's almost impossible to tell. But the good thing is that the cryptocurrency products that are still here, even meme coin projects that are working and grinding through the bear market, have done a good job at maintaining some sort of liquidity through all this madness. I think they're going to be the ones that are going to succeed during the next bull run.
Gotcha. And then a quick follow-up. What are the 3 signs that a project is dead, according to Rodney?
I would say number one, I think in trading too, is volume, right? If there's no interest, then who cares, right? It's all about volume. People are trading it. A number 2 sign is the second sign would be maybe developers who are not constantly keeping the community engaged on platforms like Telegram or X. I think those are the best social media platforms to get your name out there. So if they're not active, I would say stick a fork in it. And I think the third sign is offering something that's not too much the same as another project, some sort of unique use case. Because the truth is, all the top cryptocurrencies are something packaged in a different way. A stable coin, some decentralized exchange, layer 1, layer 2, layer 0, whatever. It's the same but different. So some sort of uniqueness in that project, which, to be honest, it's hard to find that in a meme coin.
So you're saying Pepe 3.0 may not be a good buy?
Absolutely not. I mean, you could gamble if you like gambling. I like the gambles, but I wouldn't expect to win.
Look, I only like to gamble when I can see the dealer in front of me and I'm getting free drinks. I'm going to go off script here just a little bit. Fettucine, you are a professional in the NFT space. I'm going to ask you the same question. What are 3 signs that an NFT project is dead?
Well, I mean, the first thing I would do is probably check out the Discord or Twitter engagement. Obviously, a lot of the times that could be botted, and I mean, it's pretty easy to sniff that out if you see an account with 1,000 followers with 10,000 retweets, or some like baseless comments like, "Wow, very good. This is incredible." It needs to be comments of, so I would check that out. I like to see founders that are present. So if their tweets or engagements or talk about the future over the past month, I mean, I'm jumping ship immediately. And then finally, you want to see volume on the secondary markets. And if you see a project that hasn't been traded in a month, there might be something underlying going on.
Gotcha. That's great, Alpha. I actually want to bring you on again for ATV so we can do some more like an NFT only show. I think that'd be really fun. There's a lot more to get into here, but we're going to talk about a coin that's kind of near and dear to my heart, Toncoin, which is the Telegram coin. Shout out to all the folks who've been mining Toncoin since they were forced to do that by the SEC, because holy crap, you are in the money. Holy smokes. Telegram has announced an integration with Web3's The Open Network's Ton wallet to its more than 800 million users, prompting the Ton token to surge almost 13%. Gareth, while I'm doing this, can you pull up the Toncoin chart? I think I'm getting some feedback going. I can hear your headphones or something like that. It's freaking me out. The team also introduced the Ton Space digital wallet. The wallet was already available as a standalone bot in Telegram and has roughly 3 million registered users. As part of the marketing campaign, Ton released a QR code granting users 1 free Ton token. However, high demand led to server issues, causing the team to temporarily pause the giveaway. This is really cool. Like, the story of Toncoin and Telegram is just, I think we're going to do a video on it on Discover Crypto, just because it's so crazy and how they had this tussle with the SEC, and they had to they did like an ICO, and the SEC said, "You're bad," and they said, "What WTF are you talking about?" And so then they like made it proof of work, but only up to a certain point. You could actually mine Toncoin up until like, I think late last year. It's kind of a crazy project, and the chart is kind of bananas because of that. And so is its price action. So, Gareth, I'll go to you in a second, but Craig, I want to ask you, like, Telegram, self-sovereignty, anti-censorship, it's a secure messaging service. Is this kind of like the backdoor to broader crypto adoption? Are you bullish on Telegram and Toncoin and the wallet?
It's a good idea. I don't think it's gonna die out, if that's what you're asking. But like I said, everything comes to market was when the traditional markets crash, in my opinion. Then we'll see who comes out after that. I think a lot of projects will be dead, but Telegram's used for a lot. I mean, I think it's good what they're doing. I think they'll be successful, but to get rich off the Toncoin, not so sure about that.
So if you use Telegram, would you be interested in keeping crypto on there? It's assuming there's some sort of like, cyber attack and all the banking system goes down. Well, guess what? If you have Telegram, you can still kind of move money around. Is that something that's on your radar at all?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't something happen with Telegram like a year or two ago where a lot of accounts got hacked or something like that? I remember something happening.
It is defeatable, and they do need to do their diligence on 2FA as far as like the actual chat part goes. But like the network itself, the Toncoin itself, has not had a problem as far as I'm aware.
Okay, yeah. I mean, to me, I don't really mess with a lot of altcoins. Most people know a hard wallet works for me for Bitcoin.
Yep. Gotcha. Yeah, that's a really good point. So let's see, Gareth. There you are. Let's look at these charts for Toncoin. What the heck is going on?
Yeah, so the first thing that I see here is you have a trend line starting back in December of 2022, and it basically backs all the highs down. And look at what we just hit right here. So we came up, we tagged it, we pulled back, and we just hit it again. So that's clearly resistance. So as a technical trader, you wouldn't be buying it here because you're buying it right into resistance, right? So now if it can get through this level, which is about $1.95, $2, then it opens the door to make a significant move up. But again, as a technical trader, you wouldn't buy it here. You'd probably be looking for a pullback. If I was going to be playing this on a technical basis, this area here, these two pivot tops, just extend that out, and it looks around $1.50. So on a pullback to $1.50, it gets interesting. The nice thing about that is if you buy it at $1.50, you keep your stop just below here at this trend line, right down here. Any daily close below that, you stop out. So you have a very defined trade setup there, which is always nice when it comes to crypto because it's so wild and you can lose a lot potentially. So again, that would be my analysis on it, and we'll see if it can break through that 195 level.
Do you think this kind of news, like with a wallet integration on such a widely used chat app, is that a fundamental that you think matters, or is this just going to go away in a month?
So I think again, it's a matter of which of these survives after this bear market, and this is a possibility. I think anything in the top 20 has that chance to survive. I think that the key is, and this is going to Bitcoin's news, where you got the grayscale news, the Ripple news was positive. Those are all really positive fundamentals, but fundamentals are long-term positives where you're building a base. And really what people react to is emotion right now, which is greed and fear. And so right now, Toncoin has some greed in there. People are running into it. The question is, can it get through this level? If not, the fear will take over and it'll push it back down. Yeah.
So Rodney, I mean, it seems like Telegram is like just this behemoth. They have so much of the market share, and the coin is out there, and the coin has volume. Is this a coin that you think is going to have staying power? Like what is your, if you're going to put your price prediction hat on, that is of course not financial advice, where would you think that the Toncoin, no, I'm the guy that does financial advice. Everything I say is financial advice. It's up for you to decide if it's good or bad. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, where do you think Toncoin is going to go? What's the next step for Toncoin as far as like an integration that will make the price go up even more, get more interest?
Well, just like most cryptos that were around during the peak of the bull run, it hit its all-time high about $4.50 around that time. So here's the thing. When it comes to just cryptocurrency news in general, on any specific project, Telegram and X are probably the best two sources that you can use. YouTube is a good source, but it takes a while to make videos. But I think those two are the best when it comes to getting your cryptocurrency news. Now, if you want some sort of news, whether it's good or bad, you're going to get that from the source right away in a Telegram or on X. So I think those are very important for cryptocurrency moving forward. I don't see how them integrating a wallet hurts them at all. And actually, I think that's a good thing. If you can make it a one-stop shop place where you can not have to switch tabs or open another wallet and just be good on Telegram, I think that's good for them long term. And if they continue, like I said before, if they build in the bear, they continue to work through all the craziness that's going on right now in the market, I think that they can survive with Telegram. And Telegram's not going anywhere. It's going to continue to be used for meme coin projects, cryptocurrency projects, along with Discord forever, in my opinion. So I think it's pretty bullish. A price prediction, I think it could definitely hit an all-time high in better market conditions. But just like, the topic of this, or the whole vibe of this whole conversation, these tokens and coins are going to grow with the entire market. And until we see better market conditions, I can't imagine this thing absolutely sending in the near future.
Yeah, that's a great point. Fettucine, like this seems like everything that NFTs are kind of like yearning for. So you could have an ecosystem, correct me if I'm wrong, an ecosystem where you could chat with your community. You could have assets that are on chain and it's back and forth secure. I forget, it's not called back and forth secure. It's
end-to-end
two-way,
encrypted.
end-to-end encryption. Sorry, thanks for that. So if it's end-to-end encrypted, if Telegram just plugs in some type of EVM compatibility, like is it off to the races for Telegram and Toncoin? For NFT crowds specifically?
Yeah, I mean it's interesting because it's kind of like how Twitter X is used currently, and you see all these hacks, like Vitalik just had his Twitter account hacked and all these things because Twitter wasn't built as with the security of a financial institution. It was built as a social media platform. So my worry is that Telegram wasn't built to be completely secure in terms of financial transactions. So if they could figure that out and be properly audited in some way, and I forget who it was who said that they had a hack or something like that. So I would be a little bit wary to put my money on it or transact on it as if it was built natively for cryptocurrency transactions. And partnerships like that, I mean, they happen a good amount. I mean, we saw Solana partner with Instagram and all these different huge partnerships that maybe have a temporary bump in the token price, but it really is about how it grows to see if it has that long-term staying potential.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's an interesting project that I'm definitely keeping an eye on. I actually did a quick Goog on the Telegram hack. It seemed obviously there is problems with Telegram and just getting better links and stuff like that, but I'm not sure. I'm going to look into this. I don't know if the actual program was breached or it was just a ring of fraud on Telegram, which, as we well know, on any type of messaging app, even social media, like it's fraud.
Right.
You have to DYOR a lot. I think
I would love to see it. I would love to see it become something like WeChat, where everybody in China uses it and they use it to transact and everything like that. And if that's the future of Telegram and it's built on the Toncoin, I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I am pretty bullish on just the Telegram ecosystem as a whole, adopting blockchain as well as X. So that is all the time we've got right now. It's 5:32 here on the East Coast. That means it's 5 o'clock elsewhere, and we've got to run right now. The game has been won by Rodney. It's been a close fought battle in the trenches, but he had the pop and takes. He had the alpha on what a dead project is. Rodney, give us your 20 seconds. You have won. This is a great honor. Act that way.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for letting me come on your show. I appreciate that. Yeah, party, baby. Obviously, my cryptocurrency channel is called My Crypto Journey over on YouTube, and my X account is Crypto Journey RS. If you want to be kept up to news on all the crazy stuff going on in the cryptocurrency world, more than just boring Bitcoin trading charts, because no one likes TA. Sorry, Gareth, but no one likes TA. Some people like TA. Just come over and check out my channel. It's a good time.
Thank you all. I appreciate all y'all coming to hang out with some fantastic takes. Awesome job in the chat with all the points and all the pithy comments. Hit your like button on the way out. Prove to me that you are not a Fed. Support the cryptocurrency people. Follow all of these experts here. I appreciate y'all. Remember, we are all just spiritual beings having a human experience. Go outside, touch some grass, call a friend, voice to voice, and I will see you at the top.